What do you need to become a filmmaker? Well, this was one of my most important questions when I actually started exploring this field. But now if you ask me, well, I'll say I am a filmmaker. And if you say, Amey, what do you want to become when you grow up? And I'll say, I want to be a filmmaker. Confused? Well, don't worry, I'll elaborate. What is up everyone, Amey Karhade on this side and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now this is Learner Studio, a place to learn and experience filmmaking as it happens in my life. This is episode number 5 and today we're going to talk about the most important question, and that is, what do you need to become a filmmaker? So what actually comes to your mind when I say filmmaker or filmmaking? Well, Steven Spielberg, Christopher Nolan, or when I say filmmaking, the big theaters, the big crew, and like big ass cameras and all the expensive things a normal person cannot afford. Well, but we need to make a film, so let's basic these things down a little. So for shooting we need a camera. To record the audio we need audio recordings. Well, for the lighting we need lights, the big old lights, and for the stability we need tripods, stabilizers, and etc. And these are the basic things we require to make a film. Now I've seen a lot of talented people complain about if they don't have any one of these things, and which is the biggest problem, and this is why I'm making this video right now. Okay, but still you don't have a gear because you can't afford the hefty gears, or you're still a kid and your parents are not allowing you to buy stuff because you lack experience in that field, and you're like, well, I will get that experience if I have that gear, because I understand that part too, because I've been through that. But now still you don't have the gear, but you're still gonna do what you gotta do. So how can you do that? What's the solution? Well, you can start off by shooting things on your family camera, because most of the people start that way. Like I started with this little camera, and just to prove my parents that I want to make films, so I made a lot of things with this thing. I almost made a short film with this thing, which I could not release because it was never completed. But if you still want to see what I made with this thing, well, you can watch my Ladakh vlogs. Well, actually don't watch it, please. And it's not because of the camera quality, but it's because of me. I had a horrible accent then, and don't risk your life on that. And okay, and if not, you always have your final option is to shoot on your smartphone, because this is also a very, very important thing. And then to record audios, well, the first time I decided to get the best audio possible, what I did was took a plastic basket, put my phone in it, and then attached that basket to a broomstick, and then recorded the whole thing, and which was an experience, let me tell you. But see, this is what you can do. Like, you can get creative on that side. And then for lighting, you can actually use the home appliances, like the lights which are attached to the walls, like this kind of light, which is like a furniture light, but it looks good in the camera. That's also important, right? And then you can also use table lamps, study lamps, clamp lights. A lot is possible in that field, and that too for free. See, and the best kind of light, like you might have heard this a lot, the best kind of light is the sunlight. But since I have a toning of a dark theme, I don't use sunlight in my videos, but you can always use sunlight. And good fact about sunlight, you can capture good slow motion in that. Keep that in mind. Small light, if you have a phone camera, you can't capture because there would be like fringes and stuff. Not a good idea. And then it comes to editing. You can use computers, laptops. Like I use this laptop to edit my things on, and before this I did not have this laptop, so I used my father's company laptop actually to edit my video, just to get the hang of it. And then, well, yeah, that's how I started. But you can always start, well, again, on your phones, because there are some awesome apps that you can edit your videos on, which we are going to touch in the future videos. One more awesome fact, the first scene in my short film 1202 Part 2, the first few minutes was actually shot and edited and well ADR'd on my phone, and that's the example. You can do a lot of things on your phone, and after that you need a platform to showcase your talent. Well, you have YouTube for that, and that is also, you can also upload videos on YouTube through your phones. So you're getting my point. It all comes down to this little device that is in your pockets right now. And then, but can't you see I'm missing the most important attribute of filmmaking right now? And that is the story. Now this is the most amazing thing and the most weird thing, because it decides your movie. Because if you are in this field for a very long time, you might have heard the phrase that story is king. Nothing comes in between when it is required for the story. Like if you spend $1 million on a shot, and or you shot that same shot with a phone in a corner, and that phone shot helps more in the movie, you have to let go of that $1 million shot even though you spent so much on it. And that's the power of the story. And also, you don't require any physical gear. Just grab a pen on a paper, you have a story, right? Okay, cool. So now you have your filmmaking gear, you have like at this point a smartphone and a story to tell. Are you a filmmaker? Do you really think are you a filmmaker? Well, the answer to that is no, not at all. Because this equipment, this gear is not what drives filmmaking. What drives filmmaking is you. And by you, I mean your curiosity, your passion, and well, your determination to learn this craft, or any craft as such. Because when I see filmmaking as my own perspective, like Amey Karhade's perspective, my perspective, I see that filmmaking is more of problem solving. Like if I want to make a video, so I have to go through these problems to make sure I get that product, right? So filmmaking, according to me, is like problem solving, and these problems don't get solved if you're just doing it for the sake of it. Because if you do, you can't think of solution, because you need to believe in what you do, and this belief only comes when you have true passion for your work, if you have the true passion for your own work. And that is it. This is how you become a filmmaker. So do you have all these three things? A phone, a story, and the curiosity to tell the story. Do you have it? Because if the answer is yes, well, congratulations, because you are already a filmmaker. And that is it for this video. I hope you guys liked it and learned something from it, because this is very important for upcoming filmmakers to understand that gear doesn't matter. What matters is your curiosity to make your imagination come to life. And if you like this kind of content, subscribe. And also a very, very important fact, if you think that I can only say this because I have all the gears, well, for you guys I have shot, edited, and well, written on paper, but I have shot and edited this video on my phone. That's why the scene might be a little more broad and the quality will be more, because actually my phone has more quality than my computer, because it's like, my camera, because this is 4K. And yeah, this is just a dummy phone right now because my phone is actually recording. But yeah, so that is it for this video. I hope you guys liked it, and yeah, this is what I say at the end of Learner Studio. Keep learning.